Thank you for taking an interest in my project. I have been a builder of houses for 25 years, and in the last 4 years I have shifted my focus away from conventional construction. That's where we use a lot of highly processed chemical products and oil industry products, and from there we move to more of a natural construction. And we have used a product here that we make on the farm, and that's compressed earth blocks, and it's made out of clay, and it comes from the local area. The straw bales that are going on the outside of this building is coming from the farm. The clay comes from the farm itself. And a lot of the timbers in here, the floor joists, and that will be coming from buildings that we have taken down that need to come down. We are trying to create a space that is harmonic, so that when you walk into this space, you get this feeling of, wow. If we look at other cultures around the world, like native cultures, Inuit cultures, where they live in igloos or huts or teepees, they all have shapes that are comforting. And this is what we are trying to move towards as well. So the earth blocks are on the inside. That creates the structure. And also the thermal mass that holds the heat in the building. And the straw bale on the outside is the insulation. Because in Canada we have several months of cold weather, and on the outside of the straw bale we're putting an earth plaster. And then we have a small roof on there to keep the rain off of the earth plaster. This building here is the first one of its kind in Canada. I guess the main concern would be moisture entrapment, and that's what we have to watch. But in this building we're not putting any vapor barrier, which is a poly barrier that stops any moisture from going either way. Conventional construction, that is part of the building code, but in natural construction we're avoiding using that, so this building basically will breathe. And it's not that air is blowing through the wall, it's more that moisture diffusion. Clay has a really nice ability of taking moisture in, but also releasing the moisture. So if this building gets very dry, the moisture will come back on its own. So it's a relative humidity is balanced just by the building itself. Air change. Every hour and a half we should have a new volume of air in this building to have it healthy. Mm-hmm. And that will be achieved by using an HRV, which is a heat ventilating recovery system. And it's unfortunate that we need to use these things. I would prefer to use other methods of maybe opening windows and whatnot, and we've kind of created an industry now that dictates that we need to use this mechanical equipment, and I think that's where I've moved towards reducing the amount of mechanical equipment that we're putting in houses, because we can go from one extreme to another. So the cost of putting a very expensive solar and wind and all of these things into buildings, I question that sometimes. And I'm trying to come back to more natural principles. Things that worked 1,000 years ago will still work today. Thank you very much.